Arts are part of what makes this community special. Some people think that there are many drivers to what makes a community great, but I've been a firm believer for a long time that arts and culture and the way in which people celebrate the community makes this a great place to live. And Ann and Chester have added to that over and over, year after year, for so very long, and we're just deeply indebted to them.
I've not seen a husband and wife team that's so mission focused, and their focus is to make sure that all of us in Kentucky understand and appreciate and are knowledgeable of the contributions that African Americans have made to this state, to this country, to the world.
Much of what I have over time come to be known for is influenced by the fact that I went to school here at the University of Kentucky, and I went to school in the middle of the 1960s, which was a very powerful time. It influenced me a great deal in terms of just how I see the world and the things that I think are important.
Well, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, born and raised there, and my father pastored the church that was bombed in 1963. And I only mention that because physically, that literally put me in the center of the civil rights movement. I was born right there, and that's what I experienced.
And in Ann's home, she has one of the stained glass windows from the church after it was bombed, and she said it's just one of the ways of reminding her of the importance of each individual to tell their story and to help to remember history so that every child coming up will understand their heritage.
Part of what I think many of us did at that time was try to find a way to not only make our experience a more bearable experience, but also to open the way for some people who would ultimately come after us. And that was the motivation. I mean, it was about trying to bring positive change because the experience that we were confronted with was just not something that we wanted any other group of students to endure.
But what they've done with things like the Martin Luther King annual holiday, with the Roots and Heritage Festival, with the Spotlight Jazz at UK, with the NIA Foundation, I mean, I can go on, but they've been essentially a cultural force in the community all the time that I've been here.
I always think of the phrase, bloom where you're planted. They started here and they have certainly bloomed here, and they have taken that example and shared it throughout the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
If you ask anybody who's active in the arts, and more broadly in the arts and culture, they will identify both Ann and Chester as key players, as people who have added so much to the community. It's hard to think about what we would be like without them.
They have been amazing examples of how we should all be in our life, which is mission-driven to make our society a better society.